Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam.
You don't think the peasants have any mind of their own? No,
their mind, but that is depreciated mind. Just like madman. He has got his mind. But what is the value of that mind? You are not going to take opinion of a madman. He has his mind, but he's a madman. Mudha, Maya, Pritagyana. His knowledge has been taken away. The mind being what is called in disordered condition. There is no value of his opinion.
And what if the Brahman starts to rule the world in their own interest?
He says, what if the Brahmanas start to rule the world for their vested interest?
No.
Like the capitalist or somebody else might.
No. That is not vested. It is not vested. It is a character. It's like Sama, what is it? Peaceful.
They might form a class of their own and have their own interest and try to rule the world according to suits and tastes.
Because they are honest. That is the one of the time. They will not do that.
They must go according to the book.
Yeah.
Saying the book.
Honest means he is not for his own interest, for everyone's interest. That is honesty.
Now what if it's misguided? What's the world changes since that book was designed?
Simply because they did not follow. Just like in India, this is the character of the Brahmana. Later on, gradually, the culture was lost since the last 1,000 years because India was subjugated by foreigners, the Mohammedans. They introduced some of their culture. Then the Britishers came. Everyone wants an interest. The Britishers, when British came, their Lord Macaulay's private report was that if you want to keep them as Indian Hindu, you will never be able to rule over. So it was British government's policy to condemn everything Indian.
But you said before that they didn't allow drinking, the British. It's only now that, didn't you say before?
Yes, the British allowed. The
drinking.
British very carefully, because they directly did not, put hands on that culture, but underground. And when they are now trained up, now they are openly drinking. But the training was by the Britishers. In gentleman's society, there must be drinking. This was the introduction.
But in Indian society, they forbid it.
Indian society, they did not know how to drink tea. In our childhood, we have seen that Britishers started tea garden. There was no tea plants before Britishers. The Britishers saw the labor is very cheap and they want to do business. They started just like they're doing in Africa. So many gardens, coffee and tea. So they started and the tea was transferred to be sold in America. But they were after business. Now so much tea will consume. The government started a tea cess committee. All the tea garden holders, they would pay government. And road to road, street to street, that business was canvassing, preparing tea, very nice, palatable tea. And they are advertising, if you drink tea, then you will not feel very much hungry and your malaria will go away and so on and so on. And people began to drink tea. Nice cup. I have seen it. Now they got a taste. Now gradually, now a sweeper also, early in the morning, is waiting in the tea shop to get a cup of tea. Tea was taken in our childhood. If somebody is coughing, sometimes they used to tea. That was also later. But it was unknown. Drinking tea, drinking wine, smoking, meat eating, these things were unknown. Prostitution. There was prostitution. Not that everyone is prostitute. And very strict. So these things should be taken care of. At least a class of men must be ideal. The people others will see, and the training should go on, just like we are doing. We are inviting people to come, to chant with us, to dance with us, take prasada, and gradually they become. The same stuff, addicted to drinking, addicted to prostitution, addicted to meat eating, is becoming cyclical. This is practical, you can see. What was their previous history and what they are now.
But how to reconcile the fact that our doctors tell us we should eat meat because of the protein?
That is a foolishness. They are not eating meat for the last 10 years. Do you think they are reducing their health? Rather, people say bright faces. In Boston, one priest, I was going from Los Angeles to Hawaii, one gentleman, in plain dress. He's a priest. He said, Swamiji, how your students look so bright. And sometimes we are advertised as bright faces. In Boston or somewhere, the ladies were asking, are you American?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,